Finally springtime arrives. Oh, yeah. Yes, folks, mid-March in the UK and spring has finally shown its face. It's not been particularly very cold winter over here. It's been quite mild. It just seems to last longer every year, unfortunately. It seems to sit later and later. But here we are now. It's spring. And that can only mean one thing. And people who are regular subscribers or long-term subscribers to my channel will know who's about to show the face now. But for those of you who are quite recent, who have been watching my recent tour of Spain, Portugal and France, which I'm very grateful for you watching, by the way. I appreciate the new viewership to my channel. But if you are quite new to the channel and you've not watched me back catalogue, which I wouldn't bother, it's not particularly very interesting. But if you haven't, then you won't be familiar with Tessie. She's back. She's out the garage. And if you are new to the channel and you do not know this bike, then you just don't know how much I love this machine. Oh, I've missed you, Tessie. I really have. 2014 Aprilia 200 APRC V4. That's why my channel's called V4, people, for this machine right here. Oh yeah. Oh, these little GoPro mics, they really just don't do justice to how good this bike sounds. Oh, the only way you can ever know how good these bikes sounds is to ride one yourself. Yeah, you can stay right there. Oh, it's good to be back. It's almost a shame to close the visor and shut it out, but you won't hear me if I don't. So anyway, I've decided to get Tessie out a little early. I don't normally get her out until April, because there's still quite a lot of salt on the roads. Even though it's been quite mild, the local authorities where I live are absolutely terrible. If you're not from the UK, you might not understand that our tax year, where government run their budgets from, is actually April to April. It's not January, December like the sort of calendar year. So which basically means that in April, all the local authorities, all the government departments, all people like that, that's when they get their budget for the year. Now, in all petty governmental things, the rule of if you don't use it, you lose it is in force. So all these government departments, local authorities that have any budget left in March tend to spend it all, because if they don't have it, if they don't spend it all, they won't get it next year. So they spend it on crap. Now what my local authority around where I live does is they're just out every night gritting, and there's no need for it. It's like 5 degrees at night. It's a bit chilly, but it's nowhere near freezing, and they're out gritting the roads just to get rid of the grit. Because a couple of years ago they got caught out with very heavy snowfall that wasn't really forecast. It come out of nowhere, just one of those freak sort of things, and you know, and they got absolutely lampooned and ridiculed in the press for failing to anticipate this. So now they buy far too much grit, just on the off chance that it happens again. But every year they buy the grit, they don't use it all, so come to March they're throwing it around like confetti at a wedding. They really are, and it pisses me off because, as you'll all know, salt on the roads is bike cancer. It just makes a mess of everything. But anyway, I'm not going to moan about it. Well, I will, but not on this vlog. But anyway, no, it's just a little welcome to spring video. I'm on my best girl, who I've just left the turn signals on. And she is my best girl. This is the best bike I've ever owned. It's my favourite bike, and I just love her so much. She's just so good. But if you've never ridden an Aprilia Tuono V4, the only way I can sort of describe what it's like is the relationship I have with this bike. It's a bit like, or it's a lot like, that girlfriend or boyfriend that you've had who you know is bad for you, who you know is going to break your heart one day, and you know you shouldn't be with, and you should leave them and get someone a bit more sensible, but you can't leave them because the sex is so good. And this is what this bike is like. She's just absolutely awesome. She drinks fuel like I couldn't pour it away quicker, seriously. I went out for a ride yesterday, and it was just me and her and no camera, and reacquainting myself, you know, in second, third gear all day around the country roads, and it was like 24 miles per gallon. It's ridiculous. Oh, but she's worth it. She really is. But after riding it yesterday though, it's my hand, especially my right hand. I've got a problem. I've mentioned it before, but in case you've never seen those vlogs, I have a bit of an injury that I got 10 years ago, quite a serious one, and it's resulted in me having a condition called long thoracic nerve palsy, where I damaged some nerves in my shoulder which could go down my arm, and it causes me quite a lot of problems, and it's getting worse the older I get. And Tessie here aggravates it. It's got worse since I've got Tessie. She wasn't bad at first, but the conditions got worse, and this morning when I woke up and my right hand was really stiff and sore, and I was like, oh, am I gonna have to get rid of Tessie? I don't want to. So I'm going to ride her this year. I'm not getting rid of her this riding season, no chance. But if it's not any, I might just power through it because I'm not used to it. Once I get used to it, it might be okay. But if it's not, and it's like this every time I ride her, she's going to have to go. And that is all kinds of thoughts I don't want to think about. But anyway, yeah. But for now, thinking of the glass half full. Me and Tessie the Tuono, we're back. It's spring, yes. And this blue car's pissing me off. So let's dispatch it as soon as I can find her. Love this bike. Love it. Steady on, Dave. I've got to take it easy on her because her tyres are shot. They needed changing like last year, but I thought no, I'll wait till spring and put a fresh set on. So I am going to put a set of tyres on her in the next couple of days. I'm thinking I'm going to go for Super Corsa SPs, the road compound. I actually have a set of Dunlop Sports Max 212, the GP4 ones, but they are proper track day tyres. They're actually like super stock race tyres. You kind of need to put warmers on them before they'll do anything, so not ideal for the road. Yeah, so it's going to be a set of Super Corsas. I'm going to up the back to a 200 from the 190 just to get that nice bit of traction. And of course I've got my R1 to go and do some track days on, because I was going to do some on Tessie. That's why I had a suspension set up for the track, but I've had to dial that back out again. I've had to put it back to a soft setting because the UK roads have not got any better over this winter. They are worse than ever. They really are. I'm going to have to do a vlog and just show you some of the potholes and the conditions that we've got to put up with. Well, that's for another day. Another day. But I did actually try to do a track day on my R1 last week.
Got dressed up for the track. It's the R1. A very freezing cold day in March, and I'm doing a novice track day at Oulton Park. I'm doing a novice because that's pretty much what I am, if anyone saw my last track day. But to be fair to myself, it's a new bike I've never ridden this track. The engine needs running in, so I've got to take it easy for half a day, and it's got a GP shifter which I'm not used to, so today is going to be just a shakedown ride. I'm not going to be going for it, I'm just going to trundle around and survive the day. Yep. Looks like I know what I'm doing, doesn't it, with all them tyre warmers on and stuff.
And unfortunately, the bloody bike wouldn't run. So annoyed. I'd paid for the track day a month earlier, not long after I got the bike. Like £105 for a track day at a track called Oulton Park in Cheshire in the UK. Now, the plan was, it's a new track. Well, it's not a new track, but it's a track I've never ridden. I've only ever ridden Donington, but it's a track I don't know, on a bike I've never ridden, that needs its engine run in from being rebuilt. It's got GP shifting gears, which I can't change around to standard because it's because of the way the quick shifter works, and it's just a lot of newness. And so the plan was to go to Oulton Park, take it easy for half a day, run the bike in, get used to the track, get used to the way the bike shifts, things like that. Push it a little bit in the afternoon, maybe go and see the tyre guy, and maybe put a new back tyre on it, because it is a bit shot really. It's good on the left, but you can tell it's been thrashed around the right hand track, and it's a bit misshapen on the right. So rather than struggle with a very worn tyre, I was going to stick a new Supercorsa SC2, the medium compound track tyre. But gets it there, goes to the briefing, unloads everything, puts it on its stands, puts the tyre warmers on, getting all ready to go. And it fired up, it ran really well, ticked over nicely until it started to heat up, and then as soon as it started to heat up, it run rough and cut out, would not start again, no matter how many times you crank you could flatten the battery cranking it, and it just wouldn't work. So I ended up having to load up and come home. Complete waste of day, complete waste of money, so I was not best ever pleased. But I've got the bike booked in to a guy to have it looked at who does race prepping bikes, because it's going to be a sensor issue is what it's sounding like. There's that many sensors on these bloody bikes. So hopefully it'll be running for the 8th of April when I've got a track day at Donington. But I was hoping to have the bike all running and ready to go, and the suspension set up and everything, so that I could push it a bit around Donington. But I'm going to have to spend half a day now running it in and setting the suspension up. So, oh well, such is life. These things are sent to try one. But anyway, and as I said earlier, I am very grateful for the increase in subscriptions that seems to have come on the back of my tour videos that I posted. The set 6 was there. I really enjoyed doing those, and I spaced them out just so I had a bit of stuff to post over the winter months when I tend not to ride. And they seem to have gone down really well, so there'll be more of them coming up in a couple of, well, maybe another month or two, where as soon as it's nice and warm and it's not cold overnight, I'm going to go and do some. I thought I'd recognise that guy then. No, I'm going to go and do some camping up in Scotland on Richard Parker, the Triumph Tiger Explorer. I've got camping gear, I've got the luggage, so I'm going to load him up and I'm going to head up north. I'm going to go right to the top of Scotland. I've not been there for 20 odd years when I used to drive a lorry up there, so it'd be nice to get up there. It's one of the nicest parts of the UK, and I'll do a bit of a travel log of that as well for people that enjoy that kind of thing, because I know I do. So all that's to come. So welcome to spring, everyone, which probably now means it's going to snow. It's done that before. So from me and the 210, keep it shiny side up, kids, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.